Patriots, listen up. What I just heard in this Senate subcommittee hearing should make your blood boil. I sat through every word, every carefully scripted statement. And let me tell you something, it's the same old D.C. dysfunction dressed up in polite niceties, but we see through it. This is a moment of truth, and we're breaking it all down right here, right now. Before we go any further, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification. BELL. The mainstream media? They're not going to cover this. They won't call out this waste, this bureaucratic rot, or the way our soldiers are being treated like second-class citizens by their own government. But we will, right here, right now.
Originally intended for the repair and maintenance of facilities like Barracks. This is only occurring because the Secretary of Defense has chosen at every turn to waive reimbursement as an option in the many requests for assistance from the Department of Homeland Security. And it's a curious choice made by the Defense Secretary, especially since the DoD's FY24 agency financial report cited a deferred facility maintenance backlog of $267 billion. That is a significant part of the DoD's whole budget. We have to do better, people. We know that. So we need to understand how the department plans to ensure that soldiers have access to safe, well-maintained housing, considering this shift. This committee asked the Army 3 weeks ago for simple details on planned versus executed facility sustainment, restoration, and modernization projects in fiscal year 25, yet we've not received anything to date. So Dr. Waxman, I expect the Army to deliver answers as soon as possible to our requests. Pivoting to the Indo-Pacific, as each of you know, several of the military's more essential training areas across Hawaii are leased from the state and are set to expire in the coming years. The training areas are foundational to joint readiness in the region, and at the same time, they hold cultural and historical significance to the Native Hawaiian community. It is essential that any path forward respects that significance while ensuring our forces have access to the ranges and facilities that they need. The department must work in good faith with state officials and the community to ensure these leases are renegotiated in a way that is equitable to all parties. Regarding military construction in the Indo-Pacific, we have previously authorized the extensions of the H-2B visa programs to ensure sufficient labor for projects in Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands. Secretary Marks, as construction in the region accelerates, we need to understand the potential costs and readiness implication of these mission-critical visas that they are extended. And I realize that the chair has asked a question as to the continuing spending that's going on in Guam, but if we intend to continue to do what we need to do in Guam, these visas are very necessary. Next, I'd like to touch on demand reduction and installation resilience. The department's investment in operational energy programs not only reduces the logistics footprint for our warfighters, but also enhances their combat capabilities as well. It is critical these programs continue to garner the bipartisan support they've had for years now. Meanwhile, initiatives like the Readiness and Environmental Protection Integration Program and Sentinel Landscape strengthen our installation readiness. These programs strengthen our these programs not only improve energy security and mission assurance, but also protect surrounding ecosystems and prevent encroachment on military bases. Finally, I want to address the growing risks posed by extreme weather and natural disasters to our installations. Secretary Marks, as you experience firsthand These events have cost the department tens of billions of dollars and directly impact mission readiness. It is imperative that DoD approaches these risks proactively so the joint force is better postured to adapt to the risks to military installation resilience. So we can expect a lot more of these unpredictable weather events, and as I know, we should be better prepared to deal with the damage caused by these massive weather events. We have a lot of ground to cover today, so I thank each of you for being here, and thank you, Mr. Chairman.
First off, let's talk infrastructure. Our military installations are falling apart. Delays, cost overruns, outdated facilities. And who's paying the price? Not the Pentagon elite, not the contractors. It's the brave men and women serving this country who have to live, work, and train in these substandard conditions. This isn't new, folks. It's been going on for years. And now even Congress is saying out loud what we already knew. The Department of Defense is bloated, inefficient, and failing to deliver. The American people deserve answers, and our troops deserve better. Now, let me ask you this. How in God's name do we have over 32 substandard Army facilities still in operation? The DoD knows about them. Congress knows about them. But nothing changes. Soldiers living in barracks with mold, broken AC, and busted plumbing. And meanwhile, billions are being funneled elsewhere. Here's the kicker. $1 billion that was supposed to go to repairing these barracks? Diverted. You know where it went? To operations at the southwest border. And not for the wall, not for real enforcement. No, it went to bureaucratic nonsense. Because the Defense Secretary decided not to seek reimbursement from DHS. Unbelievable. This is what happens when we have weak leadership more focused on politics than the welfare of our troops. We have a $267 billion backlog in facility maintenance, and they're playing shell games with the budget. And when Congress asks for a simple update, "Hey Army, where's the data on your maintenance projects for FY25? They get nothing. Weeks have passed. Zero answers. Let that sink in. This is your tax dollars being flushed down the drain while your sons and daughters are sleeping in broken-down housing. Let's move to Hawaii. Critical training grounds for our Indo-Pacific readiness about to expire. What's the holdup? Cultural sensitivity. Historical considerations. Look, I respect history. I respect culture. But national security comes first, period. We can honor tradition without sacrificing mission readiness. But we need backbone, not bureaucrats pandering to activist groups. Same story in Guam and the Northern Marianas. We can't even get enough labor to finish critical construction projects because the government is dragging its feet on visa approvals. We either take our Pacific posture seriously or we don't. You can't deter China with good intentions. And empty job sites. And here comes the green energy narrative. Operational energy programs, environmental protection initiatives. Look, I'm all for efficiency, but don't let them fool you. These buzzwords are being used to justify massive spending that barely moves the needle on combat effectiveness. Meanwhile, the basics, food, shelter, working equipment are being neglected, and of course the climate guard. The Defense Secretary blames extreme weather for tens of billions in damage. No doubt storms hit hard, but maybe, just maybe, we'd be better prepared if we didn't waste decades ignoring infrastructure and overspending on everything but resilience. This is about foresight, not fear-mongering. So what's the takeaway here, patriots? Our military is being weakened from the inside out, not by our enemies abroad, but by poor leadership and even worse priorities. We need real accountability, real answers and real reforms. Not next year, not after an election, right now. If you believe in standing up for our troops, if you believe in defending this nation from incompetence and corruption, then share this video, drop a comment below, and stay tuned. We're not done yet, not by a long shot. This is USA News Today. The truth lives here.